Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Two Brothers channel. I'm one brother.
Hello, everybody. And I'm the second brother. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Two Brothers channel. Back to you, Mr. Phil.
Yeah, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the only channel on YouTube where the intro makes the presenters laugh. We're always happy. Well, why not? Why not be happy? You can be miserable or you can be happy. We choose to be happy, you know. Yes. We've been on this journey for a long time, and one of the things that we learned is positive thinking. And while you're learning and you're working with positive thinking, you actually realize that it is a decision. I'm sure that many people have asked you, Mr. Clay, why are you always happy? Why are you always happy? Mr. Clay, what do you tell them?
I've heard it all my life because I'm a smiler. So, okay. And I don't know. I actually don't answer them. I always go away. Always like, why does it disturb you that I'm happy? You know, I don't answer them. I just look at them like, you must have issues. So yeah.
Okay, look, I actually answer them. I'm one of those people that we answer them. I was like, why not? Why not be happy? And do you know what I found? They look to the left, they look to the right, they look up, they look down, and they go, it's true, why not? And they go and be miserable. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump right into it. Our topic today is part 2 of Dig Your Well Before You Thirst. Ooh. This is a very important topic, and that's why we're doing a part 2 on this one. In part 1, we went into what it meant to dig your well before you thirst. You know, we gave so many examples. Now we want to drill down into the reality of it on your day-to-day life. Okay. Life is changing. Okay. There's a saying that I'll start with, and this saying is something that we heard many years ago. Can you imagine, Mr. Clay? That was like 25 years ago, man, that we came into this kind of information, probably even more years, maybe 28 years. And it says, the things you do that you don't have to do will determine where you will be when you can no longer help it.
Come on, sir.
Let me repeat that. The things you do when you don't have to do will determine where you will be when you can no longer help it. We had that saying so many years ago. And I'll pass it to Mr. Clay in a second after I've said this. That has proven to be so true. When we first heard it, we thought, interesting. But we were young. It needed to be tested, you know? Now I can tell you 25 years later, there are things that I enjoy now that if I had not done them when I didn't need to do them, they will not be in my reality now. Mr. Clay, over to you.
Wow, you know, the things you do when you don't have to, determine where you'll be when you can no longer help it. How true. How true are those words? How true are those words? And the second one, Mr. Bill, you know?
Yeah, I know. Please go.
It's not liking the things you have to do.
But doing the things you like to do?
It's not doing the things you like to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not doing the things you like to do, but liking the things you have to do that makes life a blessing.
Excellent.
You don't know about those raps. Those are serious
the third one, Mr. Clay, the third one. Things come to those who wait.
Yes, sir.
But there's a rule that's slicker.
He who goes for what he wants will get it that much quicker.
Oh my
You
goodness.
have to determine where you'll be when you can no longer help it. When nobody's watching you and you're doing those things, the things you have to do, the things you do when you don't have to, when nobody's looking at you, that's what will propel you forward. That's what will separate you from the crowd. Simple as that. That's what will propel you beyond the crowds, where people will start knowing who you are. So some people do things because they have to. But hey, you do that anyway. It's not that we don't have to do the things you don't have to. You have to do that anyway. But on top of that, you do those things you don't have to as well. You go the extra mile. You do those things that stretch you, that make you grow. So because ultimately, your growth is to your own benefit. Back to you, Mr. Phil.
Well, you put it beautifully. The things that you do when no one is watching, what are those kind of things? Oh, I don't feel like reading tonight. I've not read my 30 minutes today. But I'll do it anyway. And you do it. No one is watching you then. When they say go the extra mile, at work, at places, when everybody is like running away from responsibility, you don't have to, but you step up. You're thinking, oh, I'm already busy. I've already got a lot on my plate. But your discipline and your journey and your conditioning and the information you're getting has conditioned you to say, you know what, step up, take responsibility. You don't have to, but you do. And then all those disciplines will now start putting you in places and positions that you would not have been if you did not step up, if you did not keep up the discipline, if you did not pay the price, if you did not push yourself. So a lot of this journey is self-motivational, self-pushing yourself to do the things. Look, while you're doing them, your friends are sleeping. While you're doing them, they're looking at you like you're weird. Before we started this recording, I was reminding Mr. Clay, we are now in a position where we have things happen to us, and other people look at us and they go, but you guys have a network. You guys have a network. Wow, how lucky you are. You have a network. And I was reminding Mr. Clay that the only reason why we have a network right now that we can speak of is because we started in 2003. And when we started it at 2003, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We looked weird. What are you guys doing? Why are you guys doing this? Another meeting?
We're
doing it for free? That's another one, Mr. Clay. You need to be charging people for this. This is too good to be given free.
It's too good to be free.
It's too good to be free. The information you're sharing is too good to be free. We did that from 2003. Imagine, minus 2003, from 2021. Imagine the stories, imagine the journey, imagine the relationships, imagine the trust that has been forged, imagine the track record that has been forged. Imagine from 2003. Then we're here today and they're seeing the end result, and they see that whenever we're going somewhere, we're not going alone now. You already have a team. I actually have someone that looks at me and goes, yeah, it's easy for you because you already have a team. And I'm looking at him like, I just plucked the thing out of the air. Why is it there today? We dug that well before we thirsted, or we thirsted, so that now it's there now. That well is there now. Mr. Clay.
Powerful, sir. I can't, you were just, as you were talking, I was just going back in time and just reminiscing about everything that you was talking about. You get to a point where when you're disciplining yourself, when you're doing those things that you don't have to do, when you're digging your wells before you need water to drink, you're gonna be poked. It's like me. One of the things I hate doing is taking minutes of any meeting. I don't like taking minutes. But all of a sudden, I've become the major minute taker. And I've even actually found a system that works for me that I'm now able to take minutes without killing myself too much. And this very morning at work, in a room full of about 70 people, they said, "Oh, can somebody please volunteer to take the minutes?" If you hear crickets, nobody. Nobody. But because of my training, I didn't even know when I was saying, "Yeah, I'll do it." Yeah, that's fine. And I was like, "What?" The main reason I said I'll do it, I'll do it, was to let's get this meeting going. Why are we all so quiet? I wasn't even feeling like, oh yeah, I hate it. I just felt like, let's get this going. Yeah, I'll do it. Let's just get cracking. Because it was 8:30 in the morning. Nobody wanted to be there. And then I was going to take the, and now because of where I'm coming from, I did it. Not only did he get me recognized, the big boss, he appreciates it. Like, wow. Oh, hello.
Look at that. He volunteered out of 70 people. Look at that. Again, when now that big boss recognizes you without you saying anything or doing anything beyond that, people will now say, "Oh, why?" But hey, you dug your well before you thirsted. Please carry on, Mr. Clay.
So, this is what we're saying. In the whole country, yeah, unless you step up and take lead, nobody else will. They'll be expecting you to do it, and they want to sit down and be cheering you on. It's just like the story that comes to mind is a friend of mine, Omoyele Shore in Nigeria. He has brilliant ideas. He's calling for a revolution. And 200 million people are expecting him to be Rambo.
Please carry on, Mr. Clay.
Expecting him to carry the machine gun, to be running on the street. Get it. Revolution, get it. They'll be watching him on YouTube going, "Go on." They almost caught him there. Living life Rambo. And the guy is saying, we have to step up and take it. And they're like, we step up away. Because nobody wants to take responsibility. They want to push you to it. Push you. But nobody wants to take responsibility. And there's no running away from it. So you have to take responsibility. You have to take responsibility. Don't look right. Don't look left. Don't look behind you. You have to take responsibility. Back to you, Mr. Phil.
There's so many things that came to my mind, but let's go with that one. Let's start with that one. Yes, Mr. Clay, we have come from such Hollywood indoctrination and such Hollywood exposure that you're right. They expect Mr. Shaworel to become Rambo. Tie a band on his head, get the machine gun, alone, you run him. He does not get tired. He goes, throws the grenade. And then, God forbid, we've had so many people lose their lives on the cause of the Black struggle. I call it Black struggle because I put Nelson Mandela, I put okay, he died of natural causes, but let's look at Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. I keep telling people that we have died enough. If dying was what was going to fix things, come on, things would have been fixed back. Let me repeat it. If someone said, okay, I will die, Gaddafi, Saddam, I'm putting them there because if you think they should not be on that list, it's because you don't know. We had enough people die for us. Now it's time that if we're gonna, as a people, enjoy anything in the future, that enjoyment, the well of that enjoyment has to be dug right now. What we're enjoying now is what we paid the price for. It's no different from countries, it's not different from people, it's no different from male, it's no different from female. Everything that you enjoy, you have basically had to dig a well for. Check your life. All right. Now, one of the things that we're doing in this channel and we're promoting is the concept of change agents. We're going to actually do a full episode on that, but I'm just going to introduce a little bit here. See, a change agent is someone that says, look, this is the situation we find ourselves. Instead of me complaining, instead of me mooning, instead of me basically, pointing fingers, we're going to start where we are. I'm going to be a change agent where I'm at. This is where we start going forward. I'm, as a change agent, going to forget the government. Thank God we're in a global market now. I, as a change agent, I'm going to forget Nigerian economy because I can connect to other economies around the world. I, as a change agent, will take that responsibility, and whatever I'm expecting, I'm going to start digging that well now. Mr. Claire, please.
There you go. There you go. That is what change is all about. Because change is not you go and do it. That's not change.
You go and do it. Sorry, Mr.
Everybody's like, okay, yeah, you go and do it now. You need to change that to let's go and do it.
Actually, you need to change that to I go and do it. I go and do it. You watch me, and if it resonates with you, follow. Mr. Claire.
You see that? I'll go and do it. If it resonates with you, follow. Yeah? So it's not about just pushing it out there. Now, the reason why Mr. Phil is comfortable to say, I'll go and do it if it resonates, follow, is what we say here, we're not just saying it because it sounds good. We're not just saying these things because we want to entertain you. This is not entertainment. This is schooling. This is real life schooling. A lot of the things we share on this platform are things we have done, things I have done, and things I am still doing. Now, the way I'll do it will be totally different with the way Mr. Phil will do it. But we're in a result game. We'll still get the similar results. Because the fruit is, the fruit of what we're saying is the pudding. So this thing is very important, where you do not look to your right, don't look to your left, look within yourself. This is a challenge I must do, I must accomplish. So that when Rambo Shore is running down the road, you're not watching him like a film, saying, that was got the there was dead, like a game.
Then they all go home, Mr. Claire. They all go home.
He almost got there. He almost tried. He almost got there. Now my life must be. I must now live a life of misery. No, no, no. It doesn't work that way. You have to do it. You have to roll your sleeves up. You have to get your hands dirty. Like Mr. Phil now. I can't expect Mr. Phil to make me financially free. That's okay because I'm Mr. Phil's brother. I just need to stay nice with him. Just be close by him.
Don't upset him.
Don't upset him. If you upset you, swallow it. Because it's going somewhere.
And vice versa. Vice versa. I can't be like expecting my future to be based on Mr. Clay. Oh, you know, he's very calm. He handles things very well. Everybody loves him. So he's gonna be successful. Don't get on his nerve. Otherwise, yeah, no, you can't do that. What we can do is I become the best version of me for him.
Yes, sir.
And he becomes the best version of himself for me.
Yes, sir.
So, like one of our, Jim Rohn is one that put it best. He said, I take care of me for you.
That's right.
You just take care of you for me.
That's right.
Mr. Clay.
And you know how that works? If we're fighting the sword,
back to back.
It's skills. So that when we come together and you back me, I back you, and I'm fighting enemies, you know, we can do that. So when Shore is running down the road,
we're back to back.
You're running down the road with him, you know.
However, the greatest effective change that Shore, and I was telling Mr. Clay this yesterday, is the principle that I heard Buckminster Fuller say. And he said, you don't fight or change an existing system by fighting it. What you do is you build a better system beside it that will make it obsolete. Look, the solution is not going to fight any politician. The solution is not going to go and get your own cut of the national cake. The solution is you providing solutions where you are, to the point that you are having so much fun without them. You don't need them. You don't need the government's headache. You don't need the government's confusion. Oh my goodness, if there's any political, governmental conundrum worse than Nigeria on earth, I'm yet to see it. Honestly, Nigeria's situation is one of those ones that you start to understand. You'll be like, what do you even, honestly, you best just leave it. And what do? Again, like I said, thankfully, we're now living in a global market where you don't even have to rely on the economy. Let them have at it. You build another system and you have fun.
Yes.
In your system.
Yes.
That's all. And then, guess what? What have you achieved? You're already having fun. Number 2, you don't need them. Number 3, you are enjoying your life. That's the real revolution, ladies and gentlemen. That is the real revolution, Mr. Clay.
That is powerful, powerful. And I hope you understand where we're coming from. We've always said it. There's no running away from this. The responsibility always lies. The buck stops there with you. You know, developing yourself. fashioning yourself, being bigger than the country. Do you know that that's an option? You can actually be bigger than the country. That you're now transcending a country, you're transcending a continent, transcending, you've gone beyond. You know that's possible, right? If you don't know, it is. Let me give you the shortcut. It is. It's possible, and you can do it. Sometimes we limit ourselves with our minds. Being born in Nigeria is the best thing that's happened to me. Being born as a Nigerian. Even in that confusion, that's all you're seeing there is opportunity. All that confusion is just building, saying opportunity. You can use it to grow, you can use it to be bigger, you can use it to embellish. And as Mr. Phil will tell you, believe it or not, he actually chose to be born there. So you're not a victim. You decided that, okay, anywhere I want to be born, I don't want to be born Buckingham Palace. No, not me. I want Nigeria. You're probably looking at like, no, I didn't. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Back to you, Mr. Phil.
Yes. Let's call it, for simplicity, let's call it at the ultimate consciousness level. You've got a consciousness, you've got your subconscious, and there's an ultimate conscious level. You chose to come there because, you see, regardless of where you are born, it has its own challenge for you to solve. Do you know, like Mr. Clay said about Buckingham Palace, Prince Harry, do you know there's some people that would just love to kill him just for who he is?
Yeah.
Do you know how many people, just because he's Prince Harry, and his security now is very expensive because he's actually gone away from the cover of the monarchy. You don't want Prince Harry kind of problems. Listen to me. Trust me, you don't want it. So wherever you find yourself, understand the universe has a beautiful way of leveling everybody. If you have bigger wealth or leg up in life, you will have the inverse proportional problems. Another thing when our mentor used to tell us is that, look, be glad that you can build your stuff so that you can tell someone that, look, I bought this, I achieved this, I did that. He said, again, we're using the royal family. He said, imagine if you're Prince Charles, you'd have to say, my mom gave me that mansion. My mom bought me that car. My mom built me that company. My family name gave me that. My family name. After a while, the person will look at you and like, I better marry your mom.
Yeah.
It's like, I believe where me and myself and Mr. Clay are now is that we're now enjoying the challenges in life because we now understand that it gives flavor. We did an episode saying, shout out to my haters. I am now understanding and I'm actually appreciating the people that didn't agree with me. The people that made me angry, the people that made me feel small, the people that made me feel wrong. I'm not actually appreciating that because I'm not appreciating that if it's not for them, I will not have fought harder. If it's not for them, I will not be enjoying the fruits more now. You know, Mr. Clay, please.
Yeah, that is your workshop. That is your workshop. Those are the people that are in your path to make you stronger, to polish you, just like a diamond in the soil,
Pressure.
The pressure.
Pressure.
I'll let Mr. Phil describe how Wilbur Smith talks about diamond.
Oh, Mr. Claire, please, that's another episode in itself. But what Wilbur Smith basically did was that he described, maybe we should even send them to that book. I think it's Men of Men. Men of Men, Wilbur Smith. And he described how a diamond is formed in the depths and darkness and pressure on the earth. The kind of pressure that is out of this world. As in, imagine.
You don't even know he's talking about a diamond.
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to give that away. So, yeah, pressure. We're talking about pressure, Mr. Clay. Does that over to you?
So he does. When you're reading it, you need to go and read it because it doesn't talk. You don't even know what creature this guy is talking about. Because the kind of obstacles that he's had to overcome just to make his way to make it to the finish line, and then it emerges and they say, "Oh, there's a diamond."
And we can take that as your journey as well. If you're gonna be as expensive or as valuable as a diamond, you got to go through pressure. Gold goes through refining fire. You as a human being, the Mr. Phil you see today, trust me, is not the Mr. Phil of 25 years ago. This Mr. Phil that you see today, able to talk to you, able to share with you, has gone through a lot of refining fire. Every single bit of that fire, I did not enjoy. Let me repeat this. Every bit of that refining fire, I did not enjoy. But I appreciate. I appreciate every bit of that refining fire, because without it, I will not be the person I am today, Mr. Clay.
Wow. Did I enjoy the fire? Did I enjoy the pressure? Well, I won't say I enjoyed it either. That's the truth. I won't say I was looking forward to it, but the consolation is you can survive it. You will find yourself. You will discover what you are made of. That, okay, you know what? I'm actually stronger than I thought I was. I'm actually able to overcome. Because when the pressure comes and it squashes you, man, I remember when I went through one of the biggest pressures of my life, my divorce. It was really, really tough. And after everything was said and done, the person that put me in the situation, my ex, came back to me and said, "I'm glad that I did not change your personality." That I started smiling again. That I'm glad that you still got that smile. So, back to you, Mr. Phil.
It's very funny, because we're becoming personal now. The number one for me too was my divorce. That was my divorce. And when you look at it, it was meant to be because of who we have become. And again, in my case as well, I'm still smiling. Now, if you've listened to us to this point, now let's drop a gem and we might actually do another episode on this, not on this topic, but on what I'm about to say next. You see, if you're in Nigeria right now, if you're in Africa, even if you're here, and your plan is, I'm going to go to university, I'm going to go to get my degree, I'm going to get a job, and I'm going to be fine for the rest of my life. You have missed, like they say in Nigeria, you've missed the road already completely. We're talking about digging your well before you thirst. Thirst means that you need income, you need lifestyle, you need your life to be secure, whatever. You can't rely on the old way that you've been taught. That ship had sailed a long time ago. So if you're going to be good now, you need to start digging the well of your welfare right now. Like they say, when is the best time to plant a tree? Best time to plant a tree is 30 years ago. The next best time to plant a tree, right now. Start digging your well right now before you thirst. You see, I'm 50 this year. Whatever I'm going to enjoy when I'm 70 is what I'm preparing for right now. It's not that when I'm 70, I'm like, oh, okay, now let me go. When you can't move anymore. Better do it. Again, how do we start? The things that you do that you don't have to do will determine where you will be when you can no longer help it. You see, myself and Mr. Clay, we heard that. Like I said, we can say it in our sleep because we heard it over and over. They drummed it into us. And we said it, we listened, non-stop for over 25 years. And when we were doing this, everybody looked at us like we are weird. Back to the job scenario. Don't look for someone to employ you going forward in this world. Look to at least start by employing yourself and employing others. The key is you becoming a change agent and a problem solver. See the world as one market because it is. Technology has given us everything that you need. Talking about things changing, there was a time when for me to call Nigeria, I have to buy a card. Remember that time, Mr. Clay?
Oh, yeah.
Let's even start from the time that, all we had was landline. Only a few people had telecommunication in Nigeria. I remember at the time, only a few houses had telecommunication as in a phone. And it's those ones that they roll. But now, through WhatsApp, I talk to you in Nigeria for free. Are you kidding me? That is a tool for a global market. The next thing, we've got so many things that now has changed the playing field. That's why I said that we're going to do an episode on paradigm shifts. How the things that used to be before are no longer. An accountant, there was a time you can have a job as an accountant and you can be very wealthy. Now there are apps. Apps that have taken the jobs out from an accountant. Jobs from graphic artists. So many things. So you cannot rely on things as they were. So guess what you need to do? You need to start digging your well right now. And what do? Forget methods. Go for principles. What do I mean? The disciplines. We keep saying read. Read empowering information. Self-development information. Okay. Like I said, Think and Grow Rich. Magic of Thinking Big. How to influence and influence people. If you just start with those three and you master those three, they will lead you to others. I don't want to give you 100 lists. Actually, you can even go to Google and type 100 personal development books, and they will give you a list of books to read. Not physics, not chemistry, not commerce. No. We're talking about personal, interpersonal skills. Because they've actually learned that if you're brilliant at science, technical skills, or anything, and you're crap at interpersonal skills, you'll still be poor. Let me repeat that. They actually found that people that are book smart and interpersonal skills poor end up poor. That means that give them any exam, they will pass it. But they lack interpersonal skills. But what they found is that someone that has average book smart, but is very good with interpersonal skills, they find out that they're the most that are in the ranks of the most wealthy in the world. So you find that there's that saying that says the C student employs the A student. Mr. Clay.
Yeah, Mr. Phil. That's it. You said it all. I mean, I keep doing, but it's so amazing how the higher you go in any organization, the less technical skills you need, the more people skills you need.
Wow.
Wow.
You know why I'm saying wow? Because you have taken that path. And isn't it funny that when we started the journey that would empower you the higher you go, everybody discouraged us.
Yeah.
Everybody called us weird. Everybody thought we were wasting our time. Then you now find out like the more you go higher in an organization, it's not what you know technically that matters. It's your people skills that opens the biggest doors. Mr. Clay, please.
So, which means if you want to get promoted at work, you have enough technical skills already. Start working on your people skills. Because I see people in my organization trying to copy me, which is good. It's a big compliment to me. I feel very flattered. Because I know what they were like before they met me. And I see, and they're looking at me like, how is this guy? Okay, let me just, and I just smile because sometimes it's like they have a long way to go. Let's just say that. It's not flowing like it should flow. It's good to watch. It's good to watch, Mr. Bill. Back to you.
Wow. It's refreshing to hear because I know where we started from. So if you've been listening to us and you're here thus far, congratulations. Especially we know that data is expensive in Nigeria. Congratulations. Well done. This is the price that you pay for the prize that you're looking for. Your story will be, remember those days when I used to watch Mr. Phila, Mr. Clay? The data used to kill me. That will be your story. That's the price you have to pay.
Yes, sir.
So congratulations. Dig your well before you thirst. Don't expect the well that you've not dug to be there when you thirst. Let's round up, Mr. Clay.
That's it. That is it. I don't have anything else to add, sir. Back to you.
All right. Yeah, let's end on that. Dig your well before you thirst. Ladies and gentlemen, young and old, don't expect the well that you've not dug to be there when you thirst. On that note, see you next time. We got so much to share. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Digging Your Well Before You Thirst. Peace, and we're out.
Bye.